Coming up on this episode,
Why did you say I suck?
grabs Mick by the throat.
Why you want to die, buddy?
Oh, fuck.
Within her basement study, Wander pores over a desk full of scrolls and tomes, each of which has something to do with planar magic. Studies on devils, academic writings on the elemental wonders, stories of first-world adventures, and much more. Now, the Assembly hasn't been around too long in the grand scheme of things, but their records and libraries are filled with knowledge that stretches much further into the past than the date of their creation. And after many sleepless nights, Wander has confirmed the most problematic piece of information that Eamon sent. The planes are leaking into the mortal realm at a startlingly high rate in comparison to times past. Far to the north, our party has just been transported somewhere by Mick. After downtime, a new ship finally came into port, the White Whale, run by one Captain Kralt. The two crews got to know each other, and while swapping stories, Kralt mentioned he'd seen things similar to proteans come out of Mick's cottage before. Phosphorus confronted Mick with this info, and after some confusing demands, the party and Magnis ended up taking a snooze on the floor of Mick's hut, only to wake up no longer on Outpost 1. We cut to myself describing where the party and Magnis find themselves. You are on a island in these Sky Isles. You have no idea which one. The cottage is just in the middle of like a snowy forest. Trees around 20 to 30 feet tall. Can't see the edge of the island. Several inches of deep snow. Plenty of large snowflakes falling. Not super windy. Visibility isn't too affected though it is fully snowing. All of you have just woken up from being asleep on Mick's floor. You all just laid down on in his cottage. Mick's cottage is pretty bog standard. Just think like a wooden cottage, stone brick chimney. The main area that you guys are in, no one has been in the back room. But it's just, there's a long wooden table that takes up most of the room in the middle, several shelves on either wall. They hold all kinds of just crazy stuff. There's a door that goes back into presumably his personal space. Excuse me. And then, the door that goes outside, which Phosphorus has opened, letting the cold in. And you guys are clearly not on Outpost 1. Also, real quick to remind you, we started on the second day of Deep Breeze, which is the second day of spring? Fall? Spring. Spring comes after winter. I'm stupid. You went into Mick's hut around midday. Obviously, you guys slept, so who knows how long. You don't really know how long that happened. At the very least, it still appears to be light outside. It would probably be a survival roll to determine what exactly the time of day is, because it's snowing, so you can't really see. But it is still light outside.
Is Mick still here?
Yes, Mick is still here.
Eamon can see through the snow, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. You don't see anything that the others wouldn't see. You still can't see the edge.
Well, just time of day.
Oh, good point.
Just putting it out there.
That's true.
What does it seem like?
It's if you had to guess, probably been a good chunk of hours. It looks like the sun is much closer to setting than it was before. Granted, that doesn't account for if you were asleep for 3 days and 5 hours. You know what I mean? Because you don't really have any correlation as to where you are in comparison to Outpost 1. Yeah. But Mick is there. And he looks excited to all of you as you have woken up and you open the door. Why doesn't everyone roll perception?
25.
11.
15.
17.
Okay. None of you catches this, but in a super fast motion, Magnis ignites black flame in his hands and grabs Mick by the throat and holds him up. And he says, "What did you motherfucking do?"
Magnis, I don't think you can. I don't think you can hurt him.
He looks at Magnis dead in the eyes, not flinching at all, and he goes, 5.
He needed 5 people, and here we are. Now we got to figure out what we're doing.
For what? What did you need us for? He looks him dead in the eyes.
Mick looks him.
Magnis asks that. Looks him dead in the eyes. Mick looks to you, Diego.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, "You suck, but I saved some of you. He like holds out his hand, and Magnus like shakes him a bit to make him stop doing that. He puts his hands down.
What?
Well, let's not strangle the one person who might be able to get us back.
Roll diplomacy +4 circumstance.
It is true. That's
a great point.
I put my hand on his
absolutely-
shoulder, like, yeah, that might be a good idea for now.
Yeah. Magnus just
+4.
learning to trust people, and then this is...
Did I just defend him and he said I suck?
He did say point blank, you suck. Yep.
Unnatural 20.
Yeah. You put your hand on his back, Eamon. A little bit of the tension drops. He's clearly on high alert and on guard, as I'm sure all of you are, kind of. Not to that level. But yeah, he will put Mick down.
Can I take a step outside?
Yeah.
And I'm going to cast Sending.
Okay.
To Thress. Because I figured everyone would believe if something weird comes out of her mouth. I'm testing to see if you can hear me. If you can, Mick teleported us from his cottage. Don't leave the island.
So you specifically stepped outside?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, because you would know.
Yes.
that. She responds back, you did not teleport. We chased you, but we lost you in the blizzard. Well, it's not a blizzard, but it started snowing. So that's one sending back.
I will
Let's
send.
go. While he's doing that, we go back into the room.
Okay.
Yeah, we didn't hear that, did we?
No.
Yeah.
He set Mick down.
Yeah, he sent Mick down.
All right. Magnus, I understand. I'm not even going to address that. Why did you say I suck?
Magnus, do you want to secure outside with phosphorus?
Okay. Let's get to the important stuff first, so we can get back to why you suck.
No.
Where are we?
Let him answer.
Yeah, Mick takes a deep breath in. He goes, because you couldn't do it. But then now you can. You're welcome, sucky.
Do what? What could I not do?
It. The thing we have come here for.
What have we come here? What
to
are we?
Speak and learn from Gaff.
What is...
I cannot speak to you on things, but them, I don't know, can speak to you on
Were
things.
you saying me specifically, or you
Yes,
as in...
you're like a broken machine, but I repaired you.
I don't understand what that means.
Try to speak a language you've never spoken before.
I don't. Can you just do that?
I don't know. Apparently, you can fall asleep and wake up on a snowy island.
Slim
so I don't
Bob.
know. It worked.
Magnus just turns to the three of you that are in here and he says, so what is what's our move?
First, what is Gaff?
Phosphorus was originally trying to find something out from you, Mick. What was that? Or phosphorus. Phosphorus.
What? One second.
Okay.
I'm going to send something
Must
again.
be pissing outside. What was he trying to find out from you?
Okay. We fell asleep. We woke up. How many days has it been? And this is my last message, so to sit tight. I will try to contact you tomorrow, hopefully.
Okay. It sounded like the pause made it sound like you were like, I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
She sends back, it's been 6 hours. His hut grew legs and wings and flew away. It's faster than the penumbra.
Okay.
Is he a Baba Yaga?
I walk back inside. You guys see, I'm actually kind of shook. Okay. So we're still on the mortal plane.
Okay.
So that's positive.
Why would we leave it?
I don't know. It's been 6 hours since we fell asleep. His hut grew legs and wings and flew faster than our ship.
What? What is this a creature? It's sort of walk up towards the door a bit.
This whole place lights up with magic and magic scent.
Yeah, the light will shut on its own. The door will shut on its own. Not in an aggressive way to keep you in here, but almost in response. Sorry, I just wanted to clarify because that does kind of have a weird you're stuck in here.
All the
vibe.
candles go out
But
immediately.
yeah, and then it'll open again to just keep it as it was.
So what did Mick say?
He says I suck.
Sucky.
Why does he suck?
Because he couldn't do it, but now he can.
Can all of us do it or just him?
You could all do it except him, but then I built it back. Shall we go? and welcome Gaff.
What is Gaff?
You will see.
I think we should probably play along.
I say, Diego, are you doing okay? I say that in Androphan.
He can already speak in Droffin.
Shit. It was really
Diego.
clear that I couldn't speak Androphan. Never mind.
Yeah.
Oh, you're trying to see if he can speak a new language?
Yeah.
Gotcha. I thought you were trying to speak a language that Mick didn't know.
No.
Sorry.
I figured
Oh,
Nick
wait.
probably knows.
Did he fix your ritual issue?
Well, could you guys do rituals before?
I mean, we could participate in rituals. I know that kind of magic has been.
Let's go meet this
Blocked
gaff
from
and
you.
see what happens.
Did
Well,
you fix the ritual
Yeah,
thing?
just trust the guy who hates knees and
I don't
has
know
a
what
flying
that is.
house.
He doesn't know what that
I
is.
take that back.
Well, to be fair, I will point out he might know what it is, just not how he described it. He didn't know what a protein was until I described what it was.
Mick, do I not suck anymore?
Yes.
It's an interesting way to phrase that question.
I have saved you. Magnus. I almost did Magnus as Mick. Magnus says, okay, hold on. Why would we go along with what is happening?
Because he is the only person that can teleport us back, and I don't think he will until we do what
Okay,
he
we
wants
didn't
us to do.
teleport. We flew in the house.
sorry,
apparently.
yeah.
Did you share
with
it?
us.
Yeah, you said, you shared
Yeah.
that. Yeah. We don't know how the fuck are we supposed to, we could be summoning something that would be dangerous.
For once, I'm inclined to agree. I don't think what do we know about him?
I
point at
can
Mick.
vouch for a small percentage of a small percentage of Nick.
We know less than we thought we did.
Yes, he's a crazy guy who hates knees and eats pickles.
5.
And he won't give a straight answer. I hate that.
He was my point of contact from the Sariv, and that doesn't mean everything, especially after this. But it doesn't mean nothing. It means he's been
Could have been a
vetted,
means for an end.
vetted in some sort of way to where he might not just be a crazy.
Maybe he was hired before he
Non-goblin
lost
droid.
his mind.
For sure, I don't see.
Maybe
I
he-
will say,
Should we stay here, go out, and wait for what, or follow him? Those are kind of our three options, I suppose. I don't want to stay inside this creature if it is a creature.
I think it's probably more of a construct.
I will say from being in the Sarav, it seemed like people were aware of how Mick is as a person.
Yeah, it didn't seem to bother any of them.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, not in a way of like they were worried. That
Yeah,
he
they
was a
weren't like,
danger.
don't trust
Yes.
this guy. He's crazy.
Yes.
They're like, yeah, he's strange.
Yeah, very weird. That might be why he's all the way out in Outpost 1. But
Yes.
yes.
Not like an alarming, dangerous.
Not to say that like they couldn't be deceived or something more couldn't be going on.
Sure.
But yeah, that is worth.
they tend to do their research before they let
But
anyone
all I
be in
am trying to
contact.
posture is we should not go along with the guy. Maybe he poked something he shouldn't have. Maybe he's staring into some punching well above his weight class, and I don't want to go along with it just out of fear of inconvenience.
We don't
What-
have to.
What is the alternative? What happens if we don't go with him? What's the next move?
We could wait. There really isn't one because
Or he takes us
we
back.
don't. If he will take us back,
I will take you to your ship
Before or after?
whenever.
so we don't have to go talk to this gaff.
No,
Why would we talk to the gaff?
because they could talk to you. You wanted this. Now you're mad at me, sucky.
I didn't.
Okay.
What did you want to talk to,
Last
Phosphorus?
we were told is we would just needed 5, and that we were not given any explanation other than the house fucking flying afterwards.
What were you speaking about before
Yes.
we slept, Phosphorus?
I was asking him about proteins.
So do you think Gaff is a protean?
Is gaff one of the crocodile things?
No,
Does he fight the crocodile things?
no,
What is gaff?
gaff.
Forgot. Oh, that's right. I'll
You draw a picture of Gaff.
Yes.
hand
Show
him
me.
paper
Okay.
and a pen.
It's a perfect protean.
It's going to be a pickle.
Probably.
Or he'll just write the word gaff.
He draws a very crude picture of just a goblin that vaguely resembles Mick.
Is gaff you?
No.
Is gaff related to you?
He like pauses and thinks.
Is
No.
Is
gaff
he-
another side of you?
No.
Do you work with gaff?
He will take mine and we will become different. We should go.
If you meet gaff, can we leave afterwards?
Yes.
You will take us home. You can take us home if we do that.
Yes.
Is Gaff dangerous?
You wanted this very.
Oh,
Guys,
They all
I'm going
are.
to step outside for a minute.
hey.
Good.
Oh, there's more than one Gaff?
She's so good. God damn it.
I follow Diego.
Okay.
I-
Magnus also steps out.
There's more than one Gaff?
No.
What do you mean they all are then?
Everything. You, Mr. Danger.
Is it an android?
Why would it be that? It is not these things.
Is he more powerful than you?
wanted this.
Okay, I step outside.
Guys,
I guess if
do
we're
we
going
have
out.
do we have 10 minutes?
Probably why.
I would like to consult the spirits.
I light my pipe.
See if
Perfect.
any-
I also have 10 minutes. I go.
Good. I will
Not
need
like-
time.
Not like I have anywhere to go.
To do what?
Just watch
Uh,
what he's doing. Just let him do it. And
All right.
Yeah, so while you do that, Mick steps out, begins to walk a little bit, acts like he forgot something, sprints inside, goes into his back room, runs back out to where he was, gets back to the spot of where he stopped, and then walks normally. Gets to just like a little bit of a clearing where there's like a little bit of enough space in the, just like between trees that's like somewhat open, but it's only maybe 20 feet max outside of the cottage.
Sorry, just before something happens, how cold is it out?
I mean, it's pretty cold. It's like normally what it is. So it's probably like just below freezing.
Like, are we
Dropping.
fine as we are, or do we have to start worrying about like cold temperatures?
I think you're fine because everyone is dressed for cold currently.
Okay, and then the footing that we're on, is it just like normal snow, or?
It would probably be difficult terrain to just walk through.
Okay, everybody is getting a winter wolf elixir, or sorry, winter step elixir.
Okay.
Duration is 10 minutes, so I'd probably take it about 5 minutes in, just in case we do with anything. Basically, we can walk through ice and snow without causing difficult terrain.
Thank you.
I'm assuming my it's snow, so my little like boot chains I have don't come into play here, correct?
No,
Okay, that's just
there's
ice.
no. It's not like there's ice under it. There is soil. It's just harder to move through.
Lots of snow. Got it.
Yeah. It's probably up to everyone's mid calf.
Shit.
Yeah, for you it's kind of
Waste.
yeah.
Just your ears popping out of the snow.
But yeah, mixing the same boat with you
For the
So-
10 minutes,
if
could I
we-
circle his cottage and just look it up and down? And
Mhm.
does Magnus just melt the snow here? If his curse is...
Yeah, there is sizzles as he walks through the snow.
I was just thinking Phosphorus could walk behind him and maybe
Yeah, sure.
not struggle as much.
He activated his curse.
No, it's like how his hair's always windswept. He's
Got it.
always warm. He's like warm to the touch. So Mick comes out to that like clearing spot while you're doing this, Diego, and he says, "Sydney, do it." And out from under his hat comes a foot-long, bright blue, strange-looking worm that just like is floating through the air. Has no eyes or mouth, only two rigid antennas jutting out from its head. Protein-esque green markings cover its body, and it flies through the air on wings made of these spindly orange and yellow feathers, but they look to be made of almost just like pure magic. They don't look actually feathered. And it begins to trace a circle, and it leaves in the snow, and it leaves a trail of green light in its wake, and it begins to draw a ritual circle.
This is too much for me.
I think the thing he fixed was the ritual thing.
I think so too. So he was able to undo what a god did.
And he needs 5 people for the ritual.
Yep.
so your punishment from Sansamel has been undone?
Possibly. I'm going to switch gears.
If it's a religious role, do I know to what level something a god has put on someone, how much power would be involved to undo
So
it?
it's important to remember that no one really knows what happened. You are not
Fair
sure
enough.
if Sansamel said fuck you and caused that. You're not sure if it was a byproduct, a purely physical byproduct of just fucking around with magic beyond your power level, for lack of a better term.
Nice smell.
Yeah. So So you can religion roll, but I just want to remind everyone that there was no confirmation.
Sure,
that
this
was
is
the
more
case.
speculative if it is that scenario where it was same
I mean,
smell,
either
same fuck
way,
you.
it was magic of a crazy degree that caused this.
Right.
That obviously Uchido couldn't fix. You guys can't fix. You guys are quite competent people.
Can I try to identify the magical circle?
Yes.
17.
Yeah. I mean, other than like its powers and magic or healing beyond your guys' capabilities. Other than that, nothing too.
Magic theory or Arcana?
Arcana.
26.
I will get back to you because it's currently being drawn, so other things would probably be happening. But there you go.
I don't think the spirits thing is going to be necessary anymore. I just don't. I feel like it's not going to get us a whole lot. Can I try to contact Uchido?
Yeah. Goes through.
Hello.
Hello. How's it going?
It's something. Look, are you busy right now? Could you answer some questions? How much
Yeah.
do you know about proteins?
Are you okay? She like picks up on the like.
To be determined.
Okay.
Currently a blue worm riding a ritual circle in front of us, I think.
Okay.
Blue worms, green ritual circle, proteins. Know anything?
Tell her we say hi.
Renister says hi.
Is she doing well?
She's doing well, yes.
She's taking care of herself, right? Yeah?
She's taking care of other people.
Yeah.
Is she eating well?
I'm not going to ask all these
Ask
questions.
her if she's eating well.
She says, "I don't know a lot. Is Phosphorus with you? I feel like he would know more than me. They're kind of
Wrong on that account. He is with me, but he does not know more than you, or at least probably.
well. I do know that they're kind of. I could be mixing them, but I think those are the ones that are pure chaos, and then aeons are pure order. They're kind of like two sides of the same coin. Not a lot's known about them though, but unrelated to psychopomps.
Okay. Do you know anything about houses that, or cottages that sprout wings and legs? Ever come across any of those when you were healing?
No. What? Do you need help? Is there anything I can do to help?
Like I said, to be determined. I was just going to kind of pick your brain and see what was going on.
Okay.
Also, I may be able to do rituals now. Again.
That's good.
I don't know if it's good.
Okay.
I mean, seems like kind of a crazy thing to just...
I'm not going to lie. You are worrying me immensely.
Okay. Well, if it helps ease your worry, the person who had the worm in his hat is named Mickle because he likes pickles.
Okay.
So there's a comedic undertone here.
While that's happening, Mick walks up to you.
Mm-hmm.
And he looks up to you. He tries to like get your attention.
Mm-hmm. I look down.
He says, "You're busy?"
Am I busy?
He motions to a complete ritual circle.
Oh, we're ready to go.
5.
5. Okay. Uchido, I will let you know what decision we come to on this ritual circle thing.
Okay. Please do.
And yeah, don't worry too much. We'll figure it out.
Did she say if she's eating well?
Renister wants to... No, why am I asking?
As this is happening, I'd be like towards a different side of the cottage, scratching a quick letter to Ard, being like, "Hey, anything on Mick?
Yeah. Yep.
Very concerning rituals, high levels of magic.
Who the fuck is
All
this
you
guy?
said was he was strange. He is so much more than that.
For sure.
Just like sending that letter to Ard.
Yeah.
Yes.
Also, give me a perception check because you were kind of looking at the...
Looking at the house.
at the cottage. While Layman rolls that, now that the ritual circle is complete, I can give you an answer, Phosphorus. It looks like a summoning circle of some kind. Though beyond that, That's about it. That's all you know. I mean, obviously it's something probably related to proteins because there's a lot of protein similar sigils in there, but
Do I know if it will affect the people that are helping with the summoning?
no clue.
That was a 2 on the die for me. So
It is a cottage.
So
It's well built.
12.
It's sturdy.
So that means it's falling apart.
but it is glowing with magic.
Yeah.
Do I know what kind?
I guess technically it would be like abjuration, just protective stuff.
Okay.
You're still unsure if the magic isn't just the protective magics that are put on it or the cottage itself is magical. Obviously, because
Yes.
it could just be like a construct.
Can I try to, real quick, just very quietly, first level, touch it, see if I can heal it?
Yeah.
I do that. Just to see if this thing's alive or not.
Yeah, you do that. And there's kind of like a ripple through the wood, almost in just like response to the magic.
Okay.
Not in any, like, it doesn't
Sure.
seem like good or bad, but just
It
like.
doesn't breathe in really quickly?
No.
Or no?
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
Can I walk up to Magnis?
Yes. This whole time he has been watching Mick like a hawk.
I'm just going to walk up and stand next to him. So I figured I should probably explain why I'm willing to go through with this, because I know you're not really happy about this set.
Yeah, he just nods.
When we first or introduced to some of the enemies we fought way back in Koi, one of them pulled out a book, and I will pull out the book that has a protein in it. In fact, I still have that book. We fought it. So even back then, I almost had thought that proteins and androids were all being used together. That is why I am very interested in this, and that is why I want to continue this, because I don't know how this all relates.
Yeah. He kind of shakes his head, takes that in, and he says, yeah, I can't say I'm excited about what's about to happen, but I think I agree with you to some level. And just me, maybe not, but all 5 of us here, I'm not too worried about something we all couldn't handle. Unless, do you know what
I have
that is?
no idea. I know it's a summoning circle. The other thing is I can also have Sulfur turn into a copy of me. He could replace one of us in the summoning circle, theoretically. But he would not be nearly as skilled at whatever we need to do. So whether that be you, whether that be someone
Mick
like Ranister,
comes over to you because you're talking about this, and he says, "No,
he can't.
it will not work."
Do they require a soul?
He says, "I did not give him the ability to."
You have to give people a special ability.
He like does a hand motion as if like, yes.
Have I ever heard of any sort of ritual like this?
No. But you are aware of all the magics. Ritual magics are the ones with the most convoluted both preparations and outcomes. But it is not, with magic and all kinds of mind magic existing, it is not a crazy thing to think that maybe you sleeping was a way of like getting you the ability or information or whatever it is to do the ritual. So yeah, Eamon, Ardright's back because it is
Okay.
instantaneous.
Yeah,
you
it
kind of
is.
get notified when you do it.
I'm just not used to my letters coming back that quickly. Wonderful.
I'm not going to do it word for word, obviously, because I'm not
In
gonna
his
just, like,
voice would be
write it right
preferable.
But essentially, the information you get is from the contact who's basically worked with Mick the most.
Sure.
If you don't remember, her name is Rosette.
Mm-hmm.
She is a Shuni that kind of works at the docks at a higher up level at the lower peak of Locali. Its name escapes me. But the information he's got from her is that Mick is kind of unparalleled in his ability to figure things out. The issue has always been understanding what exactly. His knowledge is quite wide, which is why he's perfect to kind of be an outpost one where all kinds of weird things come in and he can get them back to Lokli and wherever it needs to go. Kind of why he's in the Sariv is because of how crazy he is, I guess, to put it in a negative way, but it's not really a negative connotation. Like, he has agency, but he's quite easy to, like, control. He doesn't have any, like, really crazy wants or anything, and he can, everything that kind of comes in from Outpost 1, if it would be useful to the Sariv, they kind of get first dibs on it because he's the appraiser there. From what you understand, Mick was like this before he joined the Sariv, and it was kind of Rosette's idea to put him on Outpost 1 when Outpost 1 kind of all started, which is around when he kind of joined the Sariv as well. She's trying to, like, get into the history of things with him, but obviously, of, like, his life and how he is. The only thing that Ard remembers Rosette saying, but he does say he'll go talk to her in more depth and, like, get back to you for even more detail, is that at one point Mick did say that something along the lines of, I used to use book magic, and he does not use book magic anymore, which is, like, very on brand of, like, I don't know, what does that mean, but
I scratch back really quickly. Is he dangerous? And I underline it like 3 times.
it works once a day.
Shit.
You all of a sudden you feel a shadow behind you. I'm just like,
But
is Ard eating okay?
I can't ask him till tomorrow.
I will say though, Ard would also quantify everything you've heard before. He's crazy, but he's never been dangerous
Problem,
or hostile or.
Okay.
I mean, he's confrontational, but not in, like, a normal way. Obviously.
Yeah, just against knees.
Yeah, which is kind of why it's nice.
Speaking of weird knowledge, can I roll esoteric lore, especially in knowing things about rituals, now that I can look at the completed ritual circle? See if anything rings bells.
Yes.
While he's glancing, I just walk over to Phosphorus and just open my letter from Ard and just
show
it
him
to him
everything.
so he can read it.
What about Drax?
How many times a day can I use this coin?
It's a reaction.
Yeah.
So,
I'm going to use it.
Now, which coin is this? Because it's a separate coin.
yeah, we do have.
Explain the
Is that a
coin.
no?
That was a no.
Okay, Mark
So,
1. You
we're
get
talking
7,
about
you get 7
platinum.
uses.
Platinum coin, which is the magic item Phosphorus made you, which you roll it. If it lands on the good side, the skill check result on the dice is a 14
Mm-hmm.
instead of what you rolled. But you rolled no, so an eye closes. I think you have 7 eyes.
Yep, so 6 left.
Yeah.
Neat.
It would be crazy if you just rolled no's 7 straight times.
Anyway, I'm going to use a
Coin?
A coin,
another
reroll
coin.
Yeah.
To re-roll the flip.
and that was a nat 20. So
Oh.
nat 20, is it a haunt?
No.
Okay, so
Not
31.
Okay, so a couple things. First of all, you kind of were excited for a bit, but it does feel like not much has changed up in the old noggin. Your best guess is that rituals in general, no go. This ritual, hell yeah. You can totally do this one. However, you now know of someone who could possibly, like, clearly to some level, Mick has the ability to do one, who's not to say that he wouldn't do all of them for a lot of pickles. For the circle specifically, you haven't looked at a ritual circle in a really long time, right?
Mm-hmm.
And with that little just bit of fragment that's been kind of put back together, you kind of don't know why, other than intuition, because, like, you don't really identify anything crazy, and you're still, like, not really able to fully handle ritual circles as a whole, but you just know that whatever is summoned, this is a summoning circle, and that summoning is performed by 5 people standing at 5 distinct points around the outside of the circle, and whoever is in the middle, whatever is being summoned, their spirit or soul is summoned into whoever is in the middle. And that is all the ritual does. It does not appear that summoning is able to move outside of the circle. As in, like, the whoever is possessed, we'll call it, would not be able to leave the circle.
Like ever until it's done.
Until it's done.
Yeah. And then they would not be possessed.
Correct. Yes.
Mick, Have you met Gaff?
Yes.
How are his knees?
Gone.
Gone?
Gone. He kind of gives a solemn look over to Eamon.
What did you do with his knees?
I don't know. I'm sorry.
I would pull Phosphorus to the side, and I would explain to him what I just got from that roll.
You showed me the letter, right? Mm-hmm. I'm going to turn
I
to
did.
Mick. Mm-hmm. Is Gaff your patron?
No.
He's not gonna.
No, but like all this lines up. I know what a witch is, don't I?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I think Mick's a witch.
No.
You a witch, Mick?
I'm a Mick.
You some kind of witch?
Do you get your magical abilities from Gaff?
No.
Where do you get them from?
Gaff.
Okay. Okay, so we are summoning his patron.
No. We're summoning Gaff.
Okay, is that good or bad if we do that, though?
Are you ready or not?
I think that's good because Gaff still cares for Mick.
Well, do patrons have to care for their...
No, but they are like their will, pretty much. Like they perform their will.
Is he a Protean, maybe?
I would assume so because he
doesn't
doesn't
have
have
knees.
knees. Yeah.
Proteans don't have
Proteans
knees.
don't.
I think
the
we're-
math
This is the
adding
only
up.
input I can add.
Dude, I love how you guys are slowly learning to put together how Mick goes about things.
We need
All
like a
right.
whiteboard for this. So like,
Magnus does say, yeah, I mean, I guess we kind of should have put the pieces together when his cottage could. It's a classic witch move.
Yeah.
which
that's-
cottage
Oh,
is
shut up.
move?
Like you knew that was a classic witch thing. You just made that up.
I did know.
I did make that up.
Yeah.
All right. Well, now I am so interested in this.
Good, because it's ready.
All right, let's do it.
Magnus?
Jenny? Emotions and the little worm thing goes back under his hat.
Wasn't that
That's
Sydney?
Bold of you to assume anything about Mick would be straightforward in any way. But Magnus says, we're doing it?
We're doing it?
You looked at it for a long time and then called Phosphorus over. Do you know more about it? You can just give him the information if you want.
He's just summoning his patron, but as far as I understand, his patron can only be contained, the soul, the spirit, can only be contained in the ritual circle. So we may be able to end it whenever.
Yeah. Mick kind of looks between you and Magnus, Diego, and Magnus, and just like shakes his head aggressively up and down.
So, for the cautious one, is this everything has some level of danger? This isn't dangerous, right?
Very.
I don't know if we can
I'm just
actually
getting
ever
cold.
touch.
I need to-
That's
Allie
what he
will
says.
protect you. He motions to his worm in his hat.
Yeah. Well, here's the deal. I think we will have enough agency to where we can stop this thing if we need to.
All right. I will trust you guys to tell me when if we need to pull the plug, because I will not know.
I know exactly
it's-
when to pull out. And I will let you know.
Okay, yeah. Do you guys want to get up on each side of
Yeah. I guess.
each one in one of
Want-
the 5 slots?
Want and need are two separate things.
Mick does
if you're
take off his-
opposed,
I'm not opposed.
Mick
I want to
does-
find out just as bad as everyone else. I'm just alarmed.
Mick does take off his hat, and the little worm thing will go and rest
Does
on
Mick
your
have
shoulder.
hair?
No.
Okay.
Renisteer.
Huh?
His little worm thing goes, and now that you guys, witch has been brought up.
it's familiar.
Yep. Yeah. You also know that witches familiars are
Very powerful, aren't they?
Yeah, they are their contact with their patron. They directly communicate with their patron through the familiars.
I'm sorry, I missed the tail end. What about Renisteer with the worm, though?
The familiar's
His
on your
familiar
shoulder.
goes on your shoulder because he said they would protect you.
Okay.
Somewhere, Perrin, shiver goes through his spine like my dad's hanging out with another dog.
The worm barks.
Yeah. So, Mick says, do this. And he raises both his hands and just like holds up his hands flat to just put his arms out like that.
I do that.
Okay.
All right, yep.
And then he says, say what I gave you.
Sydney.
Allie.
I knew you would be a problem. All of you kind of just like in an epiphany moment where you remember something you forgot a long time ago. Words just come to you. You don't understand what they mean. They're probably in Protean.
Can I try to memorize what I'm saying?
Sure, but I would like everyone to make a religion or arcana check real quick. Phosphorus, Renister, and Diego, for crit succeeding, you have a +2 to this roll. Eamon failed, so he is a -2. Magnis crit failed, so he is a -4.
Religion.
That's where this came from.
Religion or arcana?
Religion or arcana, can I roll esoteric lore?
Yes, because you used to have the ritual thing. I will let you
So
do
a
this.
You
minus
said with a
2.
+2.
Straight.
You have -2, everyone else has +2.
29.
28.
24.
30.
Damn it.
Can Magnus use my coin? If he
Magnus
needs it?
actually did pretty well.
Oh.
If it's a haunt, then it's 32.
And it is a group effort thing. So it was a threshold that enough of you needed to
Thresh?
pass. But you all did pretty well. Okay. So you all are standing equidistance apart. All 4 of you plus Magnus. You have Sydney /
Yes, whatever.
whatever
Worm.
on your shoulder. Mick stands in the center. After you guys put your hands up and start saying this stuff, he just puts them down and he sits down and he closes his eyes. And purple magic begins to pool in each of your hands. It sends a shiver down your arms and throughout the rest of your body as the magic continues to pull, and you continue to speak these words aloud. What feels like thousands of little needles begin to prick into you, spreading over your hands and down your arms, and just before reaching your elbow, the feeling quickly retreats out, followed by a moment of silence before the now decent-sized, probably basketball-sized pool of purple magic kind of streaks out towards Mick and just goes into him. And then he stands up and opens his eyes, and they are now glowing purple with magic almost sparking from them into the air. And it says, kind of like, well, I guess Mick kind of looks around, does like a full 360 to get a good look at all of you, and then says, 5 mortals, 2 touched by them. Maybe. Unsure.
Who is them?
Them.
Oh, God.
He's talking about the oracles.
I know. I was trying to get more information out of that.
Touched by it.
So Mick said that we should talk to you.
Yes,
Is there a reason why?
that is for you to decide.
That's fair.
What is the seed of havoc?
Mick.
Oh, fuck.
What? What does that mean?
Somebody write that down.
He is in charge of us here
The
with you mortals.
Protheans?
Proteans.
Sorry, proteins. He's in charge of all of them. Okay.
He is the seed of havoc. Yes.
That makes a lot of sense. He is quite.
Why is he the seed of havoc?
Why would he not be?
I just have to
taught him
clarify.
much.
I just have to clarify again. Is it seat or seed?
Seat.
Okay.
As in you would sit in one.
Does he want to become the seat of havoc? Or are you just the seat of havoc?
Mortals confuse me. I do not understand.
I didn't really get that one either, to be honest.
Are you born the seat of havoc? Are you always the seat of havoc? Or do you earn becoming the seat of havoc?
Good question.
Do you not know either?
Possibly.
Could you explain more about who them is, just to backtrack a bit?
In which context?
2 of us touched by them.
Yes.
Who?
You do not know.
What?
How did they touch you without you not knowing?
It's a good question. What do they look like?
It is a
Sound
good
like, smell
question.
like?
What did they look like?
Yeah.
It is not for me to tell
Who is it to tell?
them.
Do they have a name?
Yes.
Can you tell us that name?
No.
How can we find them?
That is up for you to decide.
Are they on this plane?
Probably not.
Is this verbal hostilities?
Do you actually say that?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
If that would be the case. Someone would need to die.
Why are the proteans on this plane?
We are unraveling
Why are you unraveling?
to invade,
Why are you invading?
to unravel. More.
Might just be a natural instinct.
Who enables you to invade and unravel?
Time. Our prison is weak. Weaker than before.
Who made your prison?
Them.
The same them from earlier?
Yes.
Are they the Aeons?
No.
Are they the gods?
What do you know of them?
That the Aeons are the opposite of you.
Are they
Incorrect.
when you're talking about them, are you talking about divines?
I don't think so. No. Do you speak of the 12? Is that the divines?
Is that a thing?
There are 12 divines.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. The 12.
Yeah, there's 12. I don't want to fuck that up.
yes.
What was your question about them? Am I speaking when I
Yeah.
say them? No. They are like us.
Who they as in them or they as in the divines are like you?
The 12.
The 12 are like you?
Yes.
At extraplanar.
No.
Then
Well,
how,
probably.
then how are they like you?
Similar origins.
For or against chaos?
Where did you originate?
Equilibrium.
Two sides. Yeah. So like how they are the opposite. Well, the counterbalance is order. They have light and dark.
What do you know of the androids?
What is that?
They were here. They controlled the automatons. I think they formed this world.
You do not know their name. The Androphin. Correction.
Sorry, it's progression of words led to androids from Androphin.
Incorrect.
Then why are they called androids?
I do not know.
I just told you the reason.
Possibly.
God, I hate this thing. All right,
Nick is starting to make a lot of sense.
What do I know of the Androff?
And yes,
They made this. And he will use Mick's body to just like motion around.
and what about Elsif?
Is Elsif one of the 12?
No. The only name linked to Elsif is the blue or sky moon. You said what? Sorry.
What of Elsif?
What of?
How is that related to the Androff?
Continue to pursue that.
Where's the next lead towards that?
Have you spoken to the Androff?
No.
I would speak to the Androff.
Do you know where they are right now?
I do not. Once we have fully invaded, I can help you find them. I will unravel them as well.
How long will it take you to fully invade?
I am unsure.
What year
That
is
the
it?
seats.
It's unraveling death?
No.
Transformation.
No.
Eradication?
No.
Assimilation.
No. I know not what a year is. Is that something like the Androff?
No.
Are they a people?
It's a form of time.
Mm.
Do years work the same as in our world? The rotation of the sun?
Yeah. Yes.
Do you measure time?
No.
A year is the rotation around the sun.
Mm.
Does that help at all?
No.
Okay.
We are not from there.
Is time your prison? Is that what you said?
No.
A prison made by them is starting to get weaker than it was before, but
Yes.
time is what's enabling them to break out and invade.
I reached out to a mortal. This one. Just like motions to himself. Made a deal.
And this mortal's helping you invade and unravel.
Yes.
How helpful
I
is
look
he?
around at my
Very. The best seat we've ever had.
Does he realize what he's doing?
Yes.
Did he say why he's doing it?
No.
What was the deal? What did he get in return?
Powerful lessons.
You say
Though I
why-
know not why he took them.
Mm.
He was quite capable before.
When he switched
book
from being
magic.
using book magic or arcane magic?
I do not know.
How long? You don't do time.
I still don't know what unraveling means.
Yeah. What will you do when you come to unravel?
Unravel.
Can you show me what that looks like?
Or just explain it.
Or explain it?
Yes. First, would you like to help do this?
Do what?
Unravel.
Show or tell first, and then we can decide.
Understandable. Their magic binds things. All of the worlds together. Our prison. We unravel that.
So you will unravel the binding of the worlds.
Sure.
To what end or why?
It needs to be done.
What will happen to us when that happens?
I know not. You will probably die, as you are mortals, destined to do so.
So the Aeon are trying to make this not happen.
No,
They are also unraveling it.
they are binding.
So you're
Much worse.
Why is that much worse?
It is not unraveling.
What would happen to us if it all got binded?
I have, from us, I have heard you need to breathe.
Yes.
It would be like choking.
balance.
But neither of you actually seek balance. You seek the opposite of it.
I do not know what that is.
They're the two. They're constant. I almost wonder if this. We'll speak more on this later.
I understand the concept I think you're speaking of, but
I think it might be an instinct.
yeah.
I don't think they have a reason either.
Yeah.
Magnis says, how would you invade? And presumably Gaff says, quickly, all at once. Now only some of us can slip through.
How long until all of you can?
I do not know. Mick knows.
Okay. Will he tell us?
That is up to him.
Within Mick's lifetime?
I hope so. He is the best seat we've ever had.
Do the Aeons have something similar for binding? A seat of order?
If they do, we will kill it. If it can be killed, it would have to be immortal. It can be killed.
Why does it have to be immortal?
This is your home. Anchors need to be
It's a mortal plane.
to the home.
Can you die?
No.
Can he be bound?
No.
Well, they're in a prison.
Correct.
How do you know you can't die?
It is not made to be.
By whom?
Them.
Are them greater than the 12?
Yes. The 12 are like us.
And them, okay.
So if you met an Aeon, what would you do to it?
First, verbal hostilities.
Which you said someone would have to die,
After verbal hostilities,
but you can't
physical
die.
hostilities.
But you can't die?
Not conventionally, no.
You'll be sent back to equilibrium?
Will we return home? Yes.
And what
What
if
if
you were to engage hostilities there?
We return home. We have been engaged in hostilities here with the Aeons.
At home, what if you were to engage hostilities at your home?
We are doing that.
And you just repeatedly sent back home while at home?
What have I learned of mortals? It is like falling asleep and waking up.
Reincarnation,
No.
Or just revival?
revival.
But not even that drastic for them.
Would you like to join in the unraveling? You will die.
No.
I think we stay out of it.
Maybe if Mick explains when and how.
That is up to him.
Do we have any more questions for him?
I have some. You too. He looks to Magnus and you, Eamon.
Yes?
Do you know why you were touched by them? Or how?
Can I roll something to just tell the intentions of this creature?
Yeah.
Or
why
like
doesn't
try to-
everyone roll perception?
before I just tell it all these things or not?
21.
28.
23.
12?
Yeah.
12, sir?
Eamon,
Yes.
just you and Magnus pick up on this. There is a cautious curiosity of this thing in it possessing Mick towards you and Magnus. Kind of makes sense that you two were the ones to pick up on it. In a weird way, it kind of reminds you of fear. Like it might be a little bit scared of you, but like in a weird way. Obviously, but that is probably just a strange being presenting that in a normal way. But that is the vibe you get.
Are you in your kind born, or have you existed for all of forever?
We were made by them.
Well, I don't know how or why they did anything to me, but it happened when I was born.
Out of game clarification, the other planes with elements, those are called the wonders, correct?
Those are all part of the upper and lower plane, so they're not their own planes. But yeah, the 4 elemental wonders.
The wonders, is that part of the unraveling? Them tearing into our world?
No. I do not know what those are.
Do you have another name for them?
Yes.
What is it?
It cannot.
You cannot or will not?
It cannot.
It cannot. I'm assuming that's their true names?
What?
So you can't say what another name for them is?
It gives no response.
I'm going to try to... Could I roll intimidation to try to tell it to tell?
Yeah, go for it.
I guess I would just say, if you wish to stay further away from them and their power, you will tell Phosphorus another
Okay.
name. And I could try to roll intimidation.
Yeah, go
We'll
for
see
it.
how
Roll
it goes.
intimidation.
I will be using a coin if this goes wrong,
Okay.
just so we all know.
So above 10.
How about diplomacy?
No.
Okay. It's not terrible. It's not great. I'll just use a coin.
Okay.
19.
No.
I activate my first level curse
What do
just
you
to see if it does anything.
Okay. So we'll say you cast Vision of Weakness.
Sure.
A
Does the fear seem to increase, or is it still just a curiosity look?
little bit of both.
Okay.
So
Can
the
you-
wind kind of whips up a bit.
Can you tell us something more than you are about them?
No.
Can you say why? If we wish to help you, we need to know more.
Beings made by them cannot speak of them in any certain terms.
Can you name beings that aren't made by them that may know of them?
They made all things.
So we cannot speak of them? Or what were we made by?
That is a good question.
Would the Endroth know?
I do not know.
Would the 12 know?
Maybe. I do not know. Would you like to join us? You hold within you the capabilities to undo our prison in an instant.
Not until I know more about them.
I cannot do that.
That's okay.
That is a shame.
It is. What's Magnis doing during? I know it's just been kind of you and me, but
I
what's
mean,
Magnis been doing?
He's locked in and absorbing all the information he can.
You, the divine and yourselves
Mm-hmm.
and the aeons,
Yes.
you're all of the same cloth, cut from the same cloth.
No.
You have similar origins.
Yes.
That's what that phrase means.
Understood.
What other beings have similar origins?
The other planes. The other homes. I think. We were not involved. Other than that, I do not know. I would assume not those who can die. So, none of you.
So like demons, devils.
I know not what that is. Our job was verbal hostilities. Would you like to join
What
in
would
the
we do?
unraveling?
What would we do to join?
I would give you what I have given this one, the seat.
Which is?
Magic. And then the unraveling will increase.
Not at the moment, no.
Have you contacted any others touched by them besides us two?
No.
tell if he's being honest. I do have the ring of lies and all those things.
Seems decently genuine about that. Yeah.
Okay. Does Mick know what we're speaking of? Will Mick know everything we've spoken of?
Yes.
When this is over?
He understands the plan, the unraveling.
But will he remember what we said? Like what I have said during this conversation?
No.
Okay.
He is in equilibrium.
Is there a way? I would like to consider helping you. Is there a way to contact you, and if I were to offer my aid, is there a way I could do that in the future when
The seat.
I have had time to think? The seat?
Through the seat.
Okay. Do you have any way of identifying whether it's other proteans or aeons? Do you have a way of tracking where they are in the mortal plane?
No. They know what to do. We are hunting the aeons, though.
Mm-hmm. Well, how do you hunt them?
We find them.
How do you find them?
It is not up to me to know. I am not there yet. I hunt the ones here.
What do they look like?
Many things. Always ugly.
But if you were to, I mean, some way I could help is I could hunt the aeons.
Yes.
Is there a way I could do that?
Yes. Find them and kill them.
Any ideas to get me started on how to find them?
They are ugly.
Okay. Any like magical ways to find them?
I glance at Phosphorus and glance at his pouch where I know the book is, and that's all I do.
Which book?
The book with the protein inside of it,
The very low level protein?
perhaps.
You know, he's been training in there.
Oh.
Push it to the limit.
I'm going to cast.
Well, sorry, real quick.
Oh, yeah,
He
yeah.
was asking, like, a magic way to find them. Is that what you said?
Mm-hmm.
It's a, yep, yes. But that is not to me. Up to me.
Who is it up to?
The seat and those that are there.
Okay.
I'm going to cast telepathy. Yeah. And in your mind.
Eamon's mind?
Yes. Sorry.
No,
In
you're
Eamon's mind. I don't want to have a Prothean on the outside of this ritual circle.
I don't know how telepathy works. Can I respond?
Yeah.
Or no?
Okay. Yeah, it's like we're having a conversation.
Yeah. Yep, that's, yeah. Fair
Fine
enough.
by me. If you think it's dangerous, don't do it.
Yeah, I just don't want to take that risk.
That's fine.
Well,
Should we kill Mick? Is that how that We can talk about this later.
Conversation for later.
the seat will continue to degrade the longer he stays, so I need to go back.
Oh, yeah.
His hands have fallen off.
All right.
No, just his knees.
Well, unless anyone has anything else, let's end this.
Thank you for considering the unraveling.
Why did this seat have to bring us here to do this? Is this where you normally meet?
I do not know where here is, so I do not know.
I think it was just privacy.
Okay. Anyway,
You'll have to talk to the seat.
easier said than done.
And we'll end the ritual.
Okay. Yeah, if you guys just want to like step back and the ritual circle comes out and Mick kind of, his eyes close and the magic dissipates and then he opens them.
Why
He
you
says-
want to die, buddy?
What are you talking about? What do you mean? How did it go? Did you learn?
We learned plenty.
Why do you want the universe to unravel?
You say that. Wasn't ever more perception.
26.
Lie related? Probably.
26.
To some level. Not actually, no.
Okay, 24.
28.
I'd imagine I've not made an impression on Mick.
Oh, no, you have.
Okay.
You were with a negative 10.
You and Phosphorus are the only ones he's friendly to.
28.
He does call me sucky now, so
You from just having your knees and him from actually spending time with him. There's a weird glaze over Mick's eyes when you say that, Renister. Almost like something changes a little bit within him. And then like quickly he snaps back. Everyone picks up on this. And then he says, "Oh no, I need you to come so I can explain.
Okay.
Please."
Lead the way.
Okay, he goes back to the cottage.
As we're going back,
I-
I want to cast telepathy on Mick.
Okay.
I want to see if his mind comes out clearer than him actually speaking. If there's actually something stopping him.
Okay. You do that?
Yeah.
What do you say?
Hey, this is Phosphorus. I'm just seeing if I could understand you better talking through our minds.
Good.
Okay.
Does it
But
turn
yeah.
off immediately as he walks into his
No, I'll leave it
cottage?
on. I'll
no,
see what
because of the
happens.
magic. Doesn't
Oh.
have magical blocks in there and stuff.
If it's already cast, I don't know.
well, he was just starting
It would-
to walk back.
It would
so-
still be cast. It just like wouldn't work in there,
Got it.
probably. Well, technically, you can make a counter. It would make a counteract check against it, but I don't think it's that important currently.
Unless some affects it.
Yeah. You guys all go in there.
I would try to subtly motion Phosphorus to stay back. Just a hair.
Okay.
I'll follow in past.
You can pick up on that because you do have that feat where you can like
Yeah.
communicate under the radar. Yeah.
You and I need to discuss something privately.
Before or after.
Probably later.
Okay.
Something not involving the rest.
Okay. In Celestial. Hey, do you speak Celestial?
Nope.
But I do.
Which language do you speak?
I speak hand signs.
Do you speak Abyssal or Infernal? Necrol. There it is. There's one.
Shadow tongue. I don't speak Necrol.
Abyssal, Infernal, Dwarven.
I think Dwarven's the one no one else
Undercommon.
speaks out of you guys. But.
Do you speak Utopian?
Yeah, no one speaks Dwarven.
Goblin?
I think
Oh,
Eamon
sorry.
speaks everything.
I thought we had a language only we
I speak
spoke.
everything and have real good hearing.
we
not
had
halfling.
we
You're
had
good with understanding.
Androphin, but he learned
I
it
speak
between
half, yeah,
seasons. So
Bastard.
Weird.
You guys hang back just a little bit. The rest of you go in.
I never said I went in, so I'm just
Okay,
standing
does
here
anyone else?
listening to these two talk in
Okay.
a language I
So
can't
deep
understand.
speech.
Mick looks to you, Phosphorus, once he comes in. And he says, "I need you to come."
All right. I'll follow.
Okay. You all go in?
mm-hmm.
Okay. You go in.
Does Magnus?
Yeah, he goes in. I mean, he's the same as you guys. He's like, when are we going to kill this dude?
He draws his pistol.
He says, "Your book?
I'll pull out Agni.
Thank you." He takes it. He like takes a deep breath, almost as if he's scared. And he like opens it up. And he smacks it. He doesn't, and
You can do that.
I didn't say
I
anything.
kind of like this guy.
Yeah, it's a weird precedent to say that Agni can feel. Oh, whatever. But he flips through it. This is your spell book. And as he just flips through it quickly. And a few words, magical sigils, just come out. And they come in front of him. It's just like magic sigils, doesn't say anything. And they go into his head. And he passes out. As soon as he hits the floor, he stands back up. And he says, "Hello, we have 5 minutes.
All right. Explain.
I made a deal with the Proteans so that they could be slowed. I figured they'd move on to someone else, someone less capable. They think I'm helping. I'm not. I promise.
Okay. Is this actually Mick talking?
Yes.
Got it.
Before
Can I roll diplomacy
magic.
or something to see if he's lying about that?
perception?
Yeah.
Yes.
I do this.
Can I
I'm
roll
gonna roll in
like
secret.
nature and see if
Okay.
Is this what
I
you
get a
did?
+1.
Yes.
Is
I
this
have
what
lied
you,
to me? I have lied to me.
Actually, that's true. I don't do this enough at all. When things are lying, they should technically be rolling deception against your perception DCs or deception DCs. I'm not going to say whether he's lying or not. I'm going to roll regardless, though. I mean, there is a level of earnesty and worry in this new Mick that is unmistakable. Now, whether that is worry of the situation he is in, but it does check out that if, like, there were a more capable Mick in there somewhere, that there would be a failsafe for this exact thing happening, right? Because as it sounds, a lot of weird stuff going on. Now, whether that failsafe is in place to throw you off or it's actually there because this is what he's doing, I mean, you guys feel confident that, like, it isn't just there to throw you off. But I'm just saying that, like, it could be a possibility.
How
But
are
yeah.
you slowing them?
In many ways. I mean, the main is that progress is not something that is easily understood by then. So I tend to get the ones here that come find me and give them things that can't be done and won't be done.
Eamon's looking like sweating in a hurry, and he's like, the Protean mentioned them. Beyond the 12, beyond
Yeah,
puts them in prison. What is that?
I don't know.
Okay. How do we help?
So they are coming in because all of the world,
It's unraveling.
the magics that bind all of the planes together to the mortal plane, and that distinctly anchor them to each other but keep them separate. Those are coming undone. So things are slipping through. The proteins slip through.
But why is it all unraveling? Do you know?
I do not. I think it is like anything, and it has not been upkept. However, if there was someone to be doing that or to not be doing that, as it seems like it hasn't been done, it would be a divine focused on magic. Sansimo.
God, that piece of shit.
Wouldn't it also be the Aeons?
Yeah, where are the Aeons in all of this?
I don't know. I only had enough room for one crazy extraplanar thing. So
That's fair.
they're both in the equilibrium, from
What
what
is
I
this?
understand.
Is there a way we could come in contact with an Aeon?
They are here just like you came in contact with the proteans.
We just
So-
have to find them by chance.
How do we, just by chance, or is there a way?
I do not know.
I
The
think
things-
allying with the Aeons might be the wrong choice, though.
I mean, yes, but it seems like the Protheans are winning in the tug of war.
Well,
Does this have
I think
anything,
as it is designed, it is even.
does this have anything to do with androids?
I don't think so.
could Sand Smell be missing?
That is my thought.
So who did
Or at
we...
least not functioning. I don't know exactly
So
how it
We
works.
both tried to spy on Sansamel. We made a ritual. I cannot cast rituals anymore. He cannot do alchemy.
Okay.
What did we...
Yeah.
We assumed that Sansamel cursed us.
Okay. That I don't know. The issue is that a divine that is so behind so many walls in a way, so little is known about, it could be many things. My thought is that for some reason, whether they replaced unknowingly, whether they are unable to do their job, or whether they no longer exist, that something is wrong.
Do you have a lead?
I've been busy.
Fair enough.
We have little time left.
How long do you think?
I just mean I will be back to myself in probably 30 seconds.
Can you not do this often?
No, I need book magic, as I would put it, and only works once per book.
I'll find another book.
You would need another wizard with another spell book,
I have access to a lot of those.
high capabilities.
Okay.
But it's normally saved for if you really need it.
Got it.
Is it worth us still looking into androids, or should we begin pursuit of something else?
I know not about the path you're on, but I think for things to be okay, you need someone needs to get to the bottom of them, the creators of everything. And the Androphon played a part in that somehow.
I think multiple roads lead the same spot.
It was good talking to all of you, and he collapses. He comes back up, and he says, and Mick says, would anyone like to play dragon chess?
No, can we go back to our ship, please?
Well, we go. Would you like to play?
I will play.
I'd play
Oh,
too.
yeah.
Whatever works.
I have a 3-way board.
Deal.
He moves the
What the
2-way
fuck?
board and puts up the second board.
I'm going to pretend to know how to play this.
anything you guys want to talk about? Wow.
Not here.
Yeah, I would.
Oh,
Just
yeah,
be
that's
sitting
fair.
I would be sitting in silence.
Fair point. Okay.
Sort of
Magnus
pondering.
is also like,
What the fuck? And as we're like setting up the board, I'm just be like, man, I'm really glad I went with this whole thing.
yeah. I will say once again, all of that seemed earnest, honest. Obviously, he seemed a bit worried, but that might have been because he's like crazy. On the other half. But yeah, you guys, as you sit down to play, probably a bit of time would go by, like maybe like 30 seconds before someone would have to remind Mick that you need to go to the ship. He'd be like, oh, and he'd just like go up to a wall and like tap it, and you guys feel yourself move, and then you hear wings. And if any of you look out the windows, it's just chicken wings out the left and right side of the hut.
Holy
And
shit.
there are skeletal chicken legs. The wings are not skeletal, but it's just like the skeleton of a chicken legs. And the ship, the cottage just starts flying in a direction. Still snowing outside.
Have I ever heard of an island like this in this location as we fly away? Does it bear any significance to maps that we've seen before? Or?
I mean, anyone can roll survival, probably to like get an idea of where you are in your head.
13.
I got +0, so I'm not gonna do it.
24?
Yeah, you don't know exactly where, but it checks out that this is probably just one of the many sky islands that is roughly the amount of time that is away. I mean, it's a little further than you would expect, but the Threst did say that this moved quicker than your ship.
Yeah.
And that checks out. Things are shaking. Nothing is battened down.
God,
So things just fall off the walls every so often.
I wish random people could see this. Just see a cottage with wings and legs just flying through the sky.
It's like a carnival ride for me. I'm just stuck to the wall.
But yeah, after probably about 2 to 3 hours, still snowing a lot, but your ship comes into view. It is worth noting you appeared to fly in a straight line. So somehow Mick knew exactly where to go, or the thing knew exactly where to go.
Are you tracking us, Mick?
Now I am, because when they came, the little suckies, your suckies. He looks to you, Diego. When they followed, I threw so many things. One of them stayed, and I can find it. I can have it back. Oh,
Please.
I would not want you to be a thief on my behalf.
I appreciate that.
But yeah, everyone is on high alert. As you come up. Gil, gun out, Archie, gun, like literally everybody that's
I
physically
open
capable.
the
Diego,
door.
tell them not to
As
shoot.
they're coming, yeah.
I
go for
open
it.
the door. And
Yeah.
Guys, it's us.
Okay, yeah. I mean, they don't put their weapons away, but
The cannons now?
yeah, they're more comfortable. And the cottage will fly up like next to it and like wait for you guys to just like jump between, because like a whole cottage is a lot to just put on your ship.
I try to checkmate him in one turn before I get up and leave.
You do.
Checkmate. Thank you, Mick.
Can I try to
stand up and
checkmate
walk
him?
away.
Go for it.
Hey, man.
Shit.
Straight intelligence.
21.
Well, why don't you roll intelligence? Such a petty thing to get into after all.
6.
Yeah, so you checkmate him.
Checkmate.
Okay.
I put a dragon chess piece from a different set just in the middle, and I say checkmate, and then I jump off.
Okay.
I want to make sure Mick takes whatever he threw at our ship.
Yeah, it's just like one of the crystals or something. Yeah. He'll take it back. Yep.
I like touching the ground. Oh.
Well, you're on the ship. You're not on the ground. The ship was just in the air.
Well,
so
I'm
you're
still touching. Yeah,
Yeah,
on the
yeah, yeah.
ship.
just so to be clear, the ship was just in the air, and you guys are not backing out post
Yeah,
one.
because it took
I
6
see.
hours to get back to Outpost.
I get back
Yeah.
on the ship and I walk straight through everyone down into my room and close the door.
Okay.
Hey, everyone. We're okay.
Goodbye. And Mick shuts the door, and then the thing begins to fly away.
Ignore the chicken house.
What a statement.
Well, would somebody like to take us? Who's on shift? I don't know what time of day it is. Whoever is
So by now the sun would have kind of just set, so it's probably night crew.
okay. Whoever is up here, take us back to Outpost 1. If you guys need anything, we will be having a meeting, kind of unpacking the whole chicken house situation.
All right.
More updates to follow, but just gonna put everybody's worries aside. We're all good.
Chicken house trauma notwithstanding.
Beulah starts clapping because she doesn't really know what else to do. And Archie's like, I don't think that's...
That was one of the weirdest responses you could have done.
Yeah.
But anyway, yes, Outpost 1, neat. And I just walk down
Okay.
to my room. I would...
Your new quarters.
Yeah, I would tell
Yeah,
you
I
guys.
would follow.
If you guys could maybe try to get
It would seem that Mick is still an ally. Kind of. Though the party's talk with Gaff has only led to more questions. Who or what are the entities Gaff spoke of? How long until the Proteans unravel everything? How, if at all, are the Proteans connected to the 12 Divines? All of this and more, next time on Dying 5.
If you enjoyed today's episode, consider leaving us a review on whatever platform you listen on. We'd love to hear your feedback. And if anyone in your life just can't get enough tabletop RPG action, send them our way. If tabletops have taught me anything, it's that good stories become great ones when you have some folks to share them with. And as always, thanks for listening.